Okay. I hope you guys can see. It's a little dark in here. So hopefully you guys can see and everything. So this is gonna be our love vibes. Now these are not like I do these on a weekly basis, but these are timeless readings. These can resonate with you at any time. So it does not have to be just for does not have just to be for when I record them. Give me a second, you guys. Alrighty. My pink light. That's much better. Okay. So, what's up? This is gonna be our collective love vibes. These are general energy readings. They are not personal readings, okay? These readings that I do are for the collective, so not every part of the reading is gonna resonate with you. So you have to use your discernment to know what's for you and what's not for you. So, yeah, much love. Let's keep this nice and sweet and respectful. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see. What's up, everybody? Greetings. I don't know if you guys can see on the thank you, Wolfie. I don't know if you guys can see on the thumbnail, but I had wrote this morning something I heard and channeled. I screenshotted it, and I screenshotted it at 11:44 a.m., which is one of my favorite numbers. 1:44, 11:44 is one of my favorite numbers. So I had put that as our thumbnail. So it was a message that I channeled this morning, and if you guys can't see it, I'm gonna update it because I try to, I captured it while, you know, when you set up your live stream, if you're not familiar, when you set up your live stream, it gives you the option to take a picture. So I'm like, oh shit, so I had to do it, but it was real crooked and real ghetto, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll fix it when I'm done with the live. But it was from my notes in my iPhone. So the message, I'll read it to you guys in case you can't see it, but I'm gonna update it. It says, and I feel corny. It says, I'm in love with you. Most of all, I love you unconditionally. No one can take your place. It doesn't matter who looks good or who you think looks good to me. I love you. I know what you are to me and who God says you are to me. And I was like, okay, okay. It came clearly. I heard it. I probably, you know, like, I don't know if you guys ever channeled, but like you hear it. If you gotta hurry up and like say it before you lose it, because when you like try to reiterate it, it might not be exactly the way that you heard it. So that's how I heard it, because I'm like, shit. I was laying in my bed and I'm like, it just came through. So just wrote it down how I got it. That was a message though, so I thought that was sweet. Somebody needed to hear that. Maybe you could flip it. You could flip it however you want to flip it. So let's get into this message. All right. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be guided to do this. How the spirit want me to do it. Because I don't always do it my way. Oh, another synchronicity too. I'm over here because like my area where all my cards is like scattered, and my cat jumped up here this morning and she like messed up some of my cards that were laying here. So all my note cards were scattered everywhere. And thank you, AG. So what I did was, what's up everybody? I was like singing this song. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Tidra Moses, the singer Tidra Moses, and a song called Are You For Real? It's one of my favorite songs from her. And I was shuffling. Kid you not, I'm not even playing. Like, this is, spirit freaks me out a lot. It says they are for real. And I write kind of funky, so you can't really see it, especially when I'm channeling. They are for real. That's exactly what the note card says. And I was singing the song, saying what I said, and then I was shuffling and I seen that. I thought that was fucking weird. If you like that song, you can go look it up. Or if you never heard it, excuse me, you can go look it up. If you know the song, like, I don't know if that might be a message for someone. Tidra Moses, Are You For Real? I would play it on here, but I don't want YouTube to get me, so I'm not going to do that. And I would sing it for you, but I don't feel like singing. Probably won't do it justice, but it is what it is. Okay. Alright. This week is going to be very big on revelation. It's going to be, okay, it's going to be a lot of epiphanies when it comes to love. And it could definitely have something to do with this full moon in Libra. It's a strong energy behind it. I believe it has Uranus and Mars squared or some shit like that. So it's a lot of energy. When it comes to partnerships, because Libra rules the 7th house, which is partnerships, connections, and commitments, and contracts, right? So there's a lot of revelations when it comes to partnerships, not just romantic ones, but whatever spirit brings you to, most importantly, the one with yourself. So I'm gonna do a whole full moon breakdown because spirit had me go somewhere, and I want to share that with you guys and do a collective reading as well. But this week is going to be a lot about revelations, a lot of it. Look at this, spirit. You just make me laugh, okay? Cheetah print, something with cheetah print. I don't know, jaguars, cheetah print, something with those big cats resonated. I'm all over the place. I'm just going wherever spirit is taking me right now. I was looking at an article. It was on Hollywood Unlocked, and I was talking to my sister on the phone, and I knew they was gonna do this eventually. They were gonna say coronavirus can get to animals too eventually. Oh wow, with a tiger on it. I knew it was gonna be something with some animals. And you gotta peep what people be saying. Like when you watch like the news or when you're reading an article, you gotta be very mindful and like watch what they're saying. I pay attention to numbers. I like to look up what names mean too, because it's a whole other breakdown with that. Tigers. It was this what is it? It was two African, it was 2 or 3. I think it was one tiger had got sick, and then their sisters, it was 2 other tigers and a lion or some shit like that. And I said, tigers, African tigers, aren't y'all talking about vaccinating people in Africa to test this vaccine out on Africans? Okay, bet, got you. What are y'all up to? So I thought that was weird. Tigers represent strength and power. Lions are also powerful too. So I'm like, what are y'all trying to do? Like, I just peep a lot of things. There's something with cats. So pay attention to that. Something with cats. Big ones. Wildcats. The numbers, it was a lot of 9s. So 9 might be a significant number. That's a number of completion. I don't know what it means to people in the media and like, you know, the people that put out the propaganda. But it's a whole bunch of bullshit. I knew they were gonna get it. I knew they were gonna claim that animals could get it too. Not to say that it's not possible, but I knew it was coming. So I don't know. It's something with cats. It's a lot of revelation. So just pay attention to a lot of shit. Just pay attention. It's a big week. This is the week of Easter, right? Esther, Easter. I'm gonna go in, y'all. Spirit took me somewhere. I'm gonna share it with you guys, but just keep in mind something with tigers. They represent strength. Persevere, keep it moving, keep it pushing. Don't let certain shit get to you. You're almost at the end of a cycle. It's always gonna be some tests. They're always gonna attack the heart. Oh, that's what it was. It was the tiger's name was Amor, Amur, and it sounds like Spanish, the Latin word for love. In French, I think is love too, but they spell it differently. But the name itself, what was the name? I gotta look at it. I believe that name represented strength too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not bullshit. You can look it up. The name meaning of Amor. Yep, here it is. Amur means wise, intelligent, not ignorant. So pay attention to a lot of shit, y'all, but don't be fooled by certain things. And I want to say, not just on a media level. Of course, you always want to use your third eye when you're looking at what you're looking at. But on a physical sense this week, use your higher wisdom and knowledge. Do not be wavered by what's going on. This is like this Easter energy. I'm gonna fast during Passover, which I believe starts on the 8th. I'm gonna fast periodically throughout that whole period of Passover, but it's a lot of shit that goes into this. I don't even know how to piece it together. I'll share it with you guys tomorrow. I'm all over the place, but I just felt guided to share that with you now, and the revelations and all of that you will be getting this week. This is cleanup time, for sure. And it's very important that you really spend time with yourself now, and I'm really, really appreciating that more and more, because I do distract myself. Not just because of this whole quarantine thing, but I feel like it's something with this moon, and I'm all over the place. I know y'all want to hear about the love and everything, but this is just what I'm getting. I really do feel like it's going to be a very, very testy week on an energetic level, on an internal level, because if you've been healing, you've been on this path, you're going to like face something big, and once you get it out of the way, it's renewal. It's like a breath of fresh air. Whatever it is, it's a heavy thing. Once you get past it, you're good. If you're not about doing your shadow work and your healing, you just want to hear when a ninja is gonna hit you up, or if they're in love with you, I'm not the reader for that. Not always. I won't say that I won't deliver those messages. That's what Spirit gives you. But Spirit wants me to help people heal. So, it's feel good stuff too, but I'm all over the place. I'm going somewhere. I understand. I'm going somewhere. I'm trying to control the message. It's coming through the way it wants to come through. But, because we've been conditioned to only, like, read and love and light stuff. Like, we don't talk about how we, like, persevere through the tough shit, and how we heal, and why the shadow is so important, because it gets us to the place to really appreciate the light when we get there, to see how powerful we are, and how powerful the universe is, or how powerful God is, or whatever our divine creator is. It gives us that understanding of that. But when everything is just handed to us, which is, the whole collective, the whole universe, some parts of the world, this is nothing to them. It's like we've been suffering for so long, or we know how to do without. In America, in certain places, it's like, this is like hell to some people. Oh, I can't go to the club. I can't go to the bar. Oh, I can't go to the mall. Or, oh, all I know is work. Or all I know is school. Or whatever the case may be. Or whatever that is. It's like we're so used to everything being given in this light and fluffy, mushy way. We don't know what it's like to really, and not to say that we don't know what it's like to suffer, because everybody has their own level of suffering. And I was just watching a video. I resonate with all religions, all spiritualities. Whatever resonates with me, I take it, right? So I was led to watch, I don't know if you call it a sermon. I was watching T.D. Jakes yesterday. And it was called The Shock and Suffering. And it made so much sense. You can take Christ as Jesus, for some of you. For others, you can take it as Christ consciousness if you believe in that. But he had made a point. He said, you have to find the Christ in crisis. And when I heard it, I took it on a metaphysical level. Like, whenever you go through like a shadow period, where you go through like the toughest time, where you're going through your ego death, where nothing makes sense, you feel like you're alone, you're kind of afraid, you don't know what's going to come out of this period, and you're purging and releasing all of your bullshit. When you're in the midst of that moment, when you're in that pushes you so much closer to the light, because you're seeking to find and seeking to go within, and to find that higher connection with yourself, or with something. You go deep within yourself, because that's all you have. It's like the walls get closed in, and all you have is to go within. And that's either when you call on God or your spiritual team, or when you go within yourself and you start to have these revelations and these understandings. Like, that's the moments. And when you come out of it, you come out wiser, come out more connected to yourself and to spirit, or to the universe. You get to see how things work. It's like, I'll tell you, the most beautiful times is not when everything is going my way necessarily, but like the times where I thought that I couldn't, or I didn't have, or I didn't know how it was going to come out of something, and shit ended up working out mysteriously at the last minute, or just something that you couldn't see that would have panned out did. Those are the moments that, when you're in the crisis, is when you find that Christ, or that Christ consciousness, that higher understanding and wisdom. So when we just get spoon-fed all of this sugar, it doesn't really get you anywhere. It's like a cycle of bullshit. Like, you're not getting anywhere with that. We're not getting anywhere with that energy. So I always have to say, I can't help what I'm channeling. If I'm channeling something to help heal people, and it is what it is, it comes out. I could do a love reading, but the thing is, we got to understand about love. Yes, it's unconditional, it's beautiful between two people, and so on and so forth, but it don't mean shit when you don't have that love within yourself, for yourself. And that's something that I'm learning more and more. There's so many levels to the shit. So many levels. So many levels. But it also works for the greater good, not only for you, but for somebody else that is walking right behind you, that walked the same, or is walking the same path as you. Not exactly the same path, but went through the same thing, or is growing through the same thing. Someone before you that's growing, or that has grown through the same thing that you've grown through. It's not only for our benefit, but it's to help others. It's a stepping stone. We're all meant to help. So, all right. I'll get into the reading, y'all. 17 minutes in, or 18 minutes in. Y'all just let me just ramble. But I appreciate you guys for listening. Alright, these cards flew out of the deck, and I'm gonna take them. Oh, of course, Spirit. Oh, we know. Look within. Yes, with healing comes discipline. It's not easy, but when you got something calling you or pushing you to grow higher, like, you can't stop. As hard as it is, and how like annoying and tedious it can be at times, something in you is gonna like pushing you to keep going, to keep growing, to keep evolving, to level up. So you have look within. Player, narcissistic, giving and receiving go with the flow, on the same page, lopsided effort. This is a perspective, because you got a lot of polarities with the lopsided, the puzzles with the on the same page, giving and receiving with the two flowers and roses, masculine and feminine energies, whether that be within yourself or a person. I feel like what this is, because look, there's a trophy, the player. It's like, really, what is your intentions? And I feel like that's what Spirit is asking at this point, to really look within, and what's your true intentions. Why, like, what is the energy that you are putting in? Have you really been putting in true efforts based off of your true intentions, or have you been doing things to get some type of reaction or reward? Like, we got to ask ourselves this, because I'm going to be honest, I wasn't always in the right with certain situations. I was doing shit to get a reaction, or doing things to to whatever. It was an agenda. It wasn't coming from a pure place. They're coming from an unconditional loving place always. So you have to ask yourself this, and not just in a romantic sense, but maybe within yourself or in other relationships. And this is where the ugly truths come in, because we're not all innocent, right? We have things about us that we can always work on. We're not perfect. With go with the flow, I feel like spirit wants you to like flow within your emotions. This goes for whoever's watching, feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter. Old, young, does not matter. If this resonates with you, take what resonates. I feel like there's a high pressure, or some type of performance pressure, or some type of, this could have been something that was developed along the way where you felt like it was very critical to meet an expectation in life, to please people, and if you didn't, what you gave was not valuable. This could be something that stems from childhood. A lot of trauma and wounds do stem from our adolescence. This is a time to really go within, because these revelations, because this is up, this pyramid is upside down, this pyramid's upright, this pyramid's upside down, the player, the lopsided effort. So whatever it is that, any efforts that were made not in your highest integrity, or just through ignorance, because a lot of times when we do things in the past, we do things based off of our level of understanding at that time. So we can't blame ourselves for that. We can't beat ourselves up for that. And I have to remind myself of that too, because I get mad at myself a lot of times. It's like, oh, well, I thought I healed this. Or I get frustrated. I'm not going to lie. You can't do that to yourself. Go within and try to discern, or not even try, go within with the intention to discern in what ways have I not equally give, whether they even be to yourself. Like, be honest with yourself. Have I been giving too much or too little to myself? Have I been giving too much or too little to this thing or that thing? But there's some type of pressure to be perfect, some type of pressure to be what you think is spiritual, or what you think is going to appease whatever, even yourself. Like, you might have false expectations of yourself that's a little too much. And when it starts to get like, it's this new saying that's going around, but I resonate with it. It's the, what is it? The imposter, what is it called? Somebody help me. I don't know if anybody else ever heard of it. Syndrome or something, where you think that you're being ingenuine when you like share something, do something. Imposter syndrome, yeah. Like, I kind of struggle with that at times. Like, oh, is this me being authentic, or is this coming from a wounded place? We overthink things rather than just flowing with the energy. Just flow with what you're feeling. We overanalyze and we overthink. And I really believe that this comes from inner child. When you're dealing with narcissistic people in your life, families and stuff like that, nothing you do is ever going to appease those people. And as a child, if that's constantly what you're told, that no matter what you do, you wash the dishes, they're still like, oh, but you didn't do this. Oh, I got an A. Oh, but you didn't do this. Oh, but this. And you constantly hear that when you're little, when you're a child. That starts to like register in other areas. No matter what I do in life, I got to keep doing more and more. And this hustle, hustle energy, or I got to always be this, or I got to present my best self, and it starts to become inauthentic to you. So I feel like Spirit wants you to go within and figure out what that is, because it is relatable to your connections, because you feel like, okay, well, I got to present that I'm the best, or I'm good for the job, even though, like Spirit says, unconditional love is unconditional. You don't have to prove anything. Show that you're the best. Show that you can do this, or I could do this. You know, let's say for women, oh, I could cook and clean. Oh, I could suck a mean, I don't know, whatever. Or for some spiritual women, oh, you know, I can heal a nigga. I'm just repeating. But whatever, you know what I mean? For men, it could be all kind of, it could be different things. I'm not going to get into all of it because I'm doing too much. But it could be anything, really. But it's like it's unconditional. So no matter what you come with, who you are is enough. Who you are at the core. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to overachieve. That's the wounded thing. So if we catch ourselves doing that, see where it stems from and why is it there. Especially when it comes to the quote-unquote divine counterparts and connections, they're already unified and equally yoked. Like, you guys are perfect in yourselves as a whole of who you are. Of course, there's always something to heal and cleanse that is not of you, that did not come from you originally. It was things that were integrated, programmed into you throughout your life. So you don't have to do that, because it's like it's imbalance. It doesn't feel right. And I catch myself sometimes being like, wait a minute, why am I saying this? Why am I posting this? What am I doing? What am I trying to, like, what am I really trying to do? Am I appeasing myself? And if so, why am I appeasing myself? What is it? Or am I trying to get some type, like, you got to ask yourself this, or is this truly divinely led? And leave it at that. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying, in short. And this goes for everybody. Like I said, masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. I feel like this is a collective energy of, like, just going within self. But it's something about overachieving, false perfectionism. Oh, am I really, because I struggle with this, like, am I really being genuine? Am I really a good person? Like, it's just stupid things, but it comes from trauma. Because growing up, certain upbringing, like certain people I was around, nothing was ever good enough for them. So that's still there to some extent. So it just, you know, it just highlights what still needs to be healed. So let's see. Hope I didn't talk y'all ear off. Dr. Phil. Okay, camera the runner. Someone may be reminiscing on the time that counterparts. Okay, I'll read it how I'm getting it. So I have camera, the runner, the dragonfly, and not today. Someone is reminiscing on a time where the other party seemingly ran away or left the connection, pushed the connection away, or did something to, like, whatever it did, though, it worked for the greater good, because it highlighted this need to let go of some type of codependency. And I feel like this is past energy coming up again. Why is it coming up again? Because this was like some type of I don't want to just box this as a masculine runner, because this can also be feminine, or both ways. Some type of moment where it felt like one of the other was not there, or the other pushed the other away, or did something to make you want to run. That's coming up to be healed. It's a perception that's, like, still there. You might find yourself, like, you might have talked about this with someone close to you more than once. You might have mentioned it. And if it's not the person that you're dealing with or thinking about, or you have a connection to, this could be an ex, where you constantly rerun that story of what this person said, what they did, in a way where this person left you high and dry. Still repeating that story, but in different ways. Like, oh yeah, so-and-so, I remember that time. And I'm guilty of this. I'm not going to front, okay? And this is like, I feel like Spirit wants you to cut it out. Like, literally cut this situation out. I don't care if you feel like you thought you did. It's coming up. If you did, feel like you did, and this resonates, I don't feel like you did. Cut it out all the way. Or it's like certain fragments or pieces of that situation that you're still attached to. You may have made or set the intention to cut this man or this woman out of your life. Maybe they are out of your life, but something that they did is still some type of cord connected to that person in relation to whatever the wound is. So say, for instance, the abandonment is still there. Like, you cut the person out of the way and, oh, I don't fuck with them, blah, blah, blah. I don't want them. You don't want them or anything. But it's still this attachment to that person due to abandonment that they caused. That wound of abandonment. That wound of insecurity. Whatever it is that you keep repeating, that needs to be healed. If it still causes anger, it has not been healed. If it still causes some type of, oh, well, I'm telling you, I know what it is. I know how it feels. It says healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. So, yeah, this is just a part of your self-care. It's not to say that you're doing anything wrong or you're not on the right track. It's just a part of the process of healing. You're still clearing that out. Girl talk. Yeah, so time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. So that you can be presently in the moment. You have some type of allies that are here to help you. You have some allies here. Girl talk, guys talk, whatever. It could be both ends. Divine Spirit, please tap into the energy of this connection in this space and time. Okay. The Tower is in reverse. So, you subtly got different epiphanies, revelations, but I feel like it's more so, okay, well, I got this. Now how do I proceed with it? Because there's healing that still needs to be done with the Five of Pentacles. This person is ill. For a lot of the collective, whether you're masculine or feminine, the wounding is, the root of it is abandonment. You also have the Five of Cups too. So I feel some of you, if you're a masculine energy specifically, I feel like you're breaking free from some type of addictive behaviors or some type of addiction. Because your higher self is like, this is like, I feel like this is a person that's ready to remove this energy. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. So the 10, that's a completion of something that is causing imbalances within self. Like, this is the ending of those energies. It's letting it go. Someone is growing tired of their own bullshit. Could be some masculine energies. Ace of Wands is in reverse. So there's not a lot of impulsive action or anything like that, or quick action. It's more of a steady pace of energy with the Knight of Pentacles. It's a steady pace, because I feel like the Knight of Pentacles, he's looking backwards rather than forward. He's looking to his side or in the past. And this is more so looking at the things that is being like released and removed, dismantled out of the way. Whether you're masculine or feminine, but I feel like this is whoever is embodying a masculine energy. It's just someone that's being assertive, standing in their power or their authority, taking action that's of their highest good and that of others around them, especially if there's children involved or other people. Like, this is like setting an example perhaps, but more so, this is more so about getting yourself right. The Star. Yeah, because the Star is being in alignment with your truth. Like, I get feminine energies or being led by feminine energy within self is navigating this boat, which is that intuitive aspect. So feminine energies could also be guiding this masculine energy towards their path, their destiny, if you will. Or this masculine energy is tapping into their inner feminine energy and allowing their inner guidance to lead them on their journey, on their path towards their destiny. This is the fruits of their labor. Thank you, Wolfie. I appreciate it. So I'm going to read something that came to me, because I always wonder, like, to break down what does the fruits mean. When you look at in the Bible, it talks about the fruits. Right? Why is it important? So in, hope I'm pronouncing it right, Galatians, my sister gonna correct me. Galatians 5:22 and 23, it talks about what the fruits represents in the Bible, right? The fruits of the Spirit, that's what it means. Fruits of the Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit, the whole self, the divine self, you know, love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are the energies that are being Galatians. Okay, I'm probably still saying it wrong. But these are the fruits, right? And being in that energy, that's putting this energy, this masculine energy or self, as you embody your masculine energy within yourself, whether you're born male or female, doesn't matter. This is aligning you with your truth. So being in the fruits of those energies that I just said, the goodness, the love, the peace, the joy within self, that's leading you, it's aligning you up with your true fate and your true destiny. Not to say that we always got to be in that energy 24/7, because, you know, there are times where we, you know, our vibration meter goes down sometimes and it might be in the neutral, but as long as we don't stay in it, obviously. But I feel like this is the fruits, the results of being in that energy. Let's see. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I feel like I'm all over the place. The Sun card. The Sun card. This is a new energy, a revitalization. It skips. Okay, so you have the star. So the star is number 17, the moon is number 18, and the sun is number 19. So it completely skips the moon. So there is no, I feel like even through the darkness, being in the dark, when you're in your process of healing, there's still that level of hope and faith even when you're in the dark. So that moon energy of not knowing and being lost in the night, the sun, like, it's not going to be much time before you come out of that period. It's this energy of hope and optimism that I feel like this is what Spirit is wanting everyone to embody. This message is for everybody. I'm not going to be, oh, it's just for feminine, it's just for, like, no. It's for everybody, I feel like. I'm going to probably do, not on this live, I don't know if y'all going to be tired of me, and it just depends on how much energy I have, to do, like, separate, I'll be separate probably with masculine and feminine. It just depends. Just depends. So the Sun card, I feel like this is a new energy, a revitalization. This also represents the inner child. So there's a whole bunch of inner child healing as well. And I feel like it's going to be like a lighter energy. It's already coming out potentially in different ways, or coming back to the inner child, coming back to your playfulness, your wholeness. A part of being whole is your being balanced within your feminine, your masculine self, and your inner child, the Holy Trinity. That's being holy within yourself, whole within self. All right, 3 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, there's still some healing, but look, the sun is still there. So you got illumination from the sun. You got that clarity and you got that illumination. Even the clouds is moved, like the clouds is starting to part for the sun to come through. So you just got out of this dark period, or you're coming out of it. And even when it feels like you're I know what this energy is, where you feel like I'm still in this place. Oh, I haven't hit. Oh, I'm still here. Oh, when is my breakthrough, Spirit? But the fucking breakthrough already happened. It comes in parts. It comes in parts. We feel like we still in this bullshit stage, and it's like, oh, well, when, Spirit? I'm tired. Tired, God. When is this gonna happen? When is this union, or when am I gonna get my life together? When am I gonna get this job? When, in whatever we crying about, when am I gonna get out of quarantine? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's like you're healing, but there's the breakthrough has already happened. It's already a promise. It's already a blessing. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. Let me, come on. Come on, Spirit. The Four of Swords. So it's elevating. You're growing. You notice how you had the Star and then it elevated to the Sun card, which is 2 cards after the Star. Then you have the Three of Swords. Now you have the Four of Swords. So continue to do your work. And you have help. I don't really like what they're doing to this bull or this cow. I don't really feel it, but you know, it's food, I guess. But they're working together, and you have help through your healing process, whether it's people physically in your life to help you make understanding of what that is, or this is your spiritual team to help you make sense of what this is. Also, with this fire in the back, I feel like this is transmutation. This is transmuting energy. It's a period of rest, but they're still working, right? So how is it that the Four Swords, it represents rest, but they're working? So even when you're in your rest station, restoration period, you're still doing work. It's like it all depends on how you look at it. I completely get it, Spirit. I get it. I was slow a little bit, Spirit, but I get it. I get it. I get it. I used to get frustrated. Like I heard it, but I didn't get it. I was like, all right, whatever, Spirit. Yeah, okay. I ain't doing nothing, but you talking about there's movement. Okay. And sometimes it's behind the scenes. You do you, and Spirit is doing them. Your spiritual team is doing them. The universe is doing them. Things gotta line up. Okay, you got the Knight of Cups and the Chariot. So what's happening on a not so spiritual level? Let's talk a little mundane a little bit. Let's come down a little bit, balance it out. So you have the Knight of Cups and the Chariot card. Hey sis, what's up? What's up to all my sisters on live? What's up? What's good? Send y'all love. So you have this water energy, because Cancer is the Chariot card. Then you have the Knight of Cups. So I feel like someone is leaving the past behind. I see. Hey, what's up, Asia? Miss, I can't get on YouTube. So it's almost like this man in this card, this young man is saying goodbye to the past, or it's outgrown some sort of aspect and is following their heart. And might I add, rushing in, this is some type of movement, or this is literally moving towards a person on a physical level or travel. But there's so much movement that's happening in the spirit realm. When somebody makes this decision to follow their heart, whether they're masculine or feminine, this is, again, the masculine energy is the assertive aspect of self, being assertive, right? Taking charge of our lives. Also, but it has a feminine element to it, because the cups are feminine energy. The water, the cups, and the pentacles, just so y'all know, pentacles and cups are feminine energy. Swords and wands are masculine. So even in this, there's a feminine element, because this is following with the inner energy, the inner knowing, the inner guidance, the heart. Taking action on that. So this person is leaving what no longer serves them. Some of them, it could be, like y'all like to call it, the karmics. They're leaving the karmics. The karmics, or exes, because exes energy did come up for some people. And this is not that they were actually, or that you are actually dealing with the exes outright, or that they're still actively in your life. It's the energy that's still some type of healing that still needs to take place. But once someone decides to fully open their heart and follow, let their heart be the compass, there's a lot of movement in the spirit realm. Like, it's work, like work being done. And this represents balance. This black horse and white horse, that's yin and yang. That's that harmony and balance. But it's almost like it's happening at the same time, but in different ways. Like feminine, masculine making that decision within themselves to follow their heart, it moves this connection along fast. I don't feel like this is one person taking the action and the other is not. Your prayers are helping to alleviate some of the heaviness for your other party, for the other partner, because I do see a lot of feminine energies praying or sending love out to help free to whoever, you know, and it could be both ways, could go either way. But I feel there's only so much that you can do. Someone has to want to let go of the weight, and that's with anything or anybody, right? Because I'm stubborn, and nobody can heal me unless I am ready, or I can't completely be healed until I'm really ready to like handle the shit on my own in some instances. So it's only so much that you guys can do. It could be a heavy burden to babysit a person, but just know that when you, this is a true divine connection, whether this is a romantic divine connection or that of a soul tribe, if you guys are all in agreement with each other and this is divine, when you align, they align. So it's not about, oh, I'm waiting on this person and oh, they need to get it together. You kind of like need to mind your business a little bit, but of course still send love and still whatever. But it's kind of like a suggestion. Spirit will put it on your heart what you're supposed to do, but don't make it a burden for you. Like Spirit's not putting anything on you that's not for you to bear, if that makes sense, right? Some people, it's like let's just think of it vibrationally. If somebody's in a puddle of muddy water and you get your ass in it, you're gonna get dirty too. Or it could be you might need to save a person out of the muddy water because they might be trapped and they can't get out. But some people have to clean up themselves, right? You can't mix your energy or align yourself with somebody else's karma if it doesn't call for that. You gotta let things play out. And I probably said this a whole bunch of times, but it's coming up again. The reason why I can't stand the whole, and I read on it every now and then, the little third party situations, you know, the situationships, the nigga ships, as I call them. The fuckery ships, right? Is what I call them. Just keep it real. But anyway, those types of connections, those types of connections are, you gotta let them play out for yourself or for other people. You can't get messy in it as much as you can't stand it. And I've been there before, even when it wasn't like necessarily my divine masculine. Could be somebody else's divine masculine at the end of the day, but whenever I would see some fuck shit, I'd be like, oh, I can't stand that bitch. Oh, she's just making it hell for this person. But it's like, wait a minute. If this person ain't ready to leave this situation yet, then they just as guilty. So I don't play into the karmic stuff too much because we were some karmics to somebody else in some instance. I'm just saying. I know I was. Shit. Okay? So I don't play into all of that high school girl, oh, this karmic, look at she, oh, some of them are goofy and dodo as they want to be. Some of them are evil and nasty and mean, whether they're male or female. Yeah, there's some real fucked up ones, and it's natural to want to like, oh, don't be fucking with my man, bitch, I'll cut you, or my woman, whatever. But if that person got some karma to play out with that person, you gotta let it unfold how it's supposed to. If they're the person that God or universe, whatever, is vibrationally meant for you and aligned with you, it's gonna happen. If they're not, then they're just gonna be a dumb dodo loving hip hop situation for the rest of their life, and that's their loss. Shit. Oh well. But don't wait on it, right? Don't slow your process down. Because, shit, I used to be obsessed and looking at stuff like, oh, who is this bitch? And no, it's fun. But, no. Don't put too much energy into it. With balance. Just like you can watch Love and Hip Hop and then you can go pull out your Bible and read it before you go to bed and get a whole revelation. Just like Love and Hip Hop is entertaining and makes you fucking laugh. You gotta have balance, but just don't feed too much into too much of it, right? All right. So, okay. Spirit took us on a nice little boat ride, didn't they? All right. Yeah. Can't stay in that energy. No, ma'am. Because it's very stressful to be like, oh, who is she? Oh, who is this? And it's just too much. It's too much. Or who, you know, I don't know how it goes for the fellas, but you know. All right. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Spirit, okay. You inspire me. How could you still love me after all I've done? I just have to do something else right now. Please try to understand. Maybe we're just too different. Your intensity frightens me and allures me all at the same time. You're an angel. I looked you up online to see what you've been up to. This is a masculine energy. I feel like feminine energy. Where are you at? I notice the signs align with you. I feel so much gratitude to even be connected. I'm very stuck in my ways. I only talk about you to those who matter. And I'm telling on some of you. I can't lie, I do touch myself thinking about you and I'm planning something. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so let's start with this masculine energy first. You inspire me. So this is a growth, a change. I feel like that this is, you're an angel. Remember, who was that card? I hope I didn't shuffle them back into the deck. Lower, please. No? Okay, I didn't. So you see in that boat how it's that goddess energy that's guiding the ship. So you, feminine energy, there's a feminine energy that was a kind of like, you know, a guiding light, a force, like an angelic force guiding this masculine energy. So I feel like that resonates for some of you. Take it how it does. How could you still love me after all I've done? So here's the Ruben Stutter, sorry for 2004 energy coming in, y'all. It's okay. I like that song. But it's some type of dwelling in what was done. Again, I feel like feminine understands no matter what happened in the past, like even if it's a little bitter taste in the mouth, a little bit, because that's normal to have that as a human reaction, but there's a higher understanding that everything played out the way that it needed to play out. Because if that didn't happen, whatever this masculine is like, how could you still how could you, because it's, for one, if you love this person unconditionally, that number one. Number two, you have that understanding that everything happened the way that it's supposed to happen for them to get their lesson and for you to get your lesson and your healing as well. So that's how you still love them after all they've done. Does that make sense? I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. So I don't feel like this is running per se. I feel like this is just hermiting, like hermit energy, needing maybe to take care of other things right now. And it's okay, because the connection, again, you got to be in alignment with yourself in order to align with that, your desires, your goals, because I do feel like on a higher level you both desire the same thing, because it's something that's much more bigger and greater than just romance and just the two of you wanting to come together just for those reasons. It's something more to it than that, especially when you're aligned with your higher self. It's not all about the romantic shit. Maybe we're just too different. So this pessimistic energy coming out, it kind of aligns with how could you still love me after all I've done. Maybe we're just too different. Woe is me, I'm not good enough. If spirit aligns you together in essence and core, you guys share the same type of energy. Even though you're different, your traumas may also be the same, but the traumas are not you. Those are not, you were not born with those traumas. You were not born with that programming. It was put into you over time. That's not your natural whole state. So that's something that needs to be healed. Your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. So the reason why, because that pure raw energy that they're experiencing, that's within them, and it's calling them to release all that gunk. And it's not easy to do, right? It's not easy for anybody to do that. When spirit uses people as divine mirrors for us, whether it's a stranger on the street, whether it's our grandmas, grandpas, whatever, sisters, cousins, whoever, best friends, when they mirror those things back to us, it could be a beautiful mirror or it could be a cracked, fucked up mirror, but it's something that we need to see. So seeing all of that, and for some, being so bold in yourself or so radical in your desires or fearless in that, if this person is not in that state, it freaks them out. But it allures them because it's something within them that it's igniting something. Does that make sense? It's igniting that. If you're masculine, if you resonate, you get what I'm saying. I don't mean to like exclude you and make it just sound like I'm all, you know, I'm trying to make it resonate with everybody. I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So there's still an interest. The energy might feel a little bit absent, but it's not completely withdrawn. It's not completely absent. So for some of you, this is separation energy. Or there's a reason why you cannot, whether you on the virus, you in the virus state, you can't do anything, right? But if you live in the same household, could just be some bullshit that y'all on right now, and it's okay. Everybody's healing. Especially for the lovers that all they do is work, 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 and they don't spend time to be intimate with each other themselves. Oh yeah, they really like, you know, it's a lot of healing that's taking place. I can't imagine, but it's a lot of healing taking place for a lot of people. I notice signs align with you. This is feminine. So there's a lot of messages that are coming through for you, and I feel so much gratitude to be connected to you. So the messages, I want to reiterate this from spirit. I said it in a thing when I was telling you guys about my story, my situational. With the signs and synchronicities, I'm telling you, these are not, oh, I just saw 11:11 on the clock. Oh, I saw Trayvon's name on the bus. It's not as simple as that. Because my best friends or ex-best friends' birthday come up on the clock, ex-boyfriends' names and all kind of such and such comes up. And it's more so like, you got to go into it more and ask spirit, okay, well, why is this showing up? If you pay attention enough, you see a character's name named Trayvon and he's whooping somebody's ass in the movie, and it goes, oh, it reminds me of how toxic that person is. Is there something that I still need to heal? Especially if it's triggering you to see something like that. What is it that I need to heal? It's not always doesn't mean that this person is your soulmate. Spirit aligns things in a way that's scary, and I cannot explain it to you. These signs that you're getting is like you feel a sense of gratitude because it's like spirit is speaking to you through these signs. It's deeper than, oh, I don't know how to explain it. That's how divine it is. I can't explain it to you. You can't make it up. I don't know how to explain it. Because I've had many types of like signs and stuff with people and friends, family, exes, and people that I thought it was because I was being led by what an article told me and what everybody on YouTube was saying. But the more I study numbers and the more I resonate with them, it doesn't always have to be that. But what spirit does is some shit that you can't manifest it yourself. It's not as simple as seeing a number. It's like it's insane, and you're not experiencing it by yourself, if that makes sense too as well. That's how you know it's outside of you. when you see it, it's a feeling, it's an energy that comes over you. It's like a spiritual experience. Yeah, when you see synchronicities, or it's a phenomenon as they call it, when you see certain things, it is kind of dope. It is kind of dope. But when it's spirit involved, you ain't got no hand in it. You couldn't even create that. It's not as simple as saying the person's name. Sometimes, and those are signs that things are aligning in a certain way, or there's something that's manifesting. But again, you got to go a little bit deeper than that. I can't explain it to you. That's how I know it's divine. I can't. It's like speaking in tongues. I can speak with just me and God in that, but nobody else can fully understand it, or understand it at all but me and God. That's what that is. It's like that. That's the best way I can explain it to you. Or the universe, whatever you want to call it. That's the best way that I can explain it. So when this happens, it's a sense of gratitude to be connected to this person, because it's something deeper than just, oh, I just saw, oh my God. Like, I used to get like that. I'm not trying to make fun of nobody. I used to be like that and used to think it was something, but it was nowhere near the type of experiences that Spirit showed me. And not only that, I'm not just talking about a connection. I'm talking about what Spirit showed me for myself, and how aligned, and it's scary, but it's beautiful at the same time. It brings you to tears sometimes. That's that type of energy that I'm talking about. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm very stuck in my ways. So like I said, this can resonate for masculine too. There's this one big thing that might need to be overcome or released this week. And I feel like it's going to be removed and released this week. I talk about you only to those who truly matter, because this is a sacred connection. This is a sacred connection. So it's not going to be something you share with everybody. Best believe you just don't. You just don't. And there's a reason why. You don't want people throwing salt in your shit. You just know, like, who to share your shit with and who to keep it away from, because it's sacred. You know that. So I feel like you'll be talking about some of the things that you're growing through at this time, things that you need to work through to heal, and I feel like you're going to get the answers. It's 44 viewers on here, so this is Spirit guiding you. You're going to be led and guided into these energies. There is a lot of sexual frustration. There is a lot of sexual energy that's here. So some of you, this could be self-pleasure. From some of you, you're going to manifest this into creative things, or both. Balance. I'm planning something. So you guys have something in store that you want to manifest, or that you want to do. And with this full moon, I feel like you're going to be like, it's something, I can't even explain it. I feel the energy, but I feel like it's, because you guys are all unique, it's going to manifest itself differently. However you utilize this energy, you're planning something. And this is between you and the divine. I don't even feel like they weren't done yet. Masculine wasn't done yet. Please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. Don't we hate that line? Isn't that like in the movies where they say that and you'd be like, oh yeah, right, it was me, but not in this case. But I'm planning something. Is, like I said, between you and Spirit. Between you and Spirit, I feel like you're going to be led and guided. And I feel you both are getting to a place where you are completely surrendering to this and just doing what you're guided to do, period. Not half-stepping and doing what you're guided to do, but then also doing what the fuck you want to do in your human meat suit. Your higher self is aligning this. And you're both allowing it. Divine feminine, divine masculine, you're both allowing this to go down. That was a lot. What I'm going to do, y'all, because I feel led to, is it necessary, Spirit? Because I went in for like a whole hour and 4 minutes. So if you guys don't mind seeing my face again, your girl will be back shortly. Yeah, I know. I stopped myself. So your girl will be back in a short second. I just need to take a breather. Let me sip my wine. Give me 10 feet. Spirit, I got you. Okay? Alright. I don't know if anybody else is doing this, so I'm not going to take full credit for this, but I felt guided to do the readings in this way. And if it's something that y'all like, I look like a mermaid? Oh, thank you. So, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. Yemo ya. I was in my yemo ya bag for a second. I'll be back. Much love.